YouTube, how's it going? And welcome back to AJ's Garage. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today's video is going to be a follow-up on the 4-speed swap for the 1974 F350. I believe I mentioned it in that video. I had a little bit of an issue with either the starter or the flywheel bolts catching on the block. I am not quite sure, so we're going to try to figure that out today. Hopefully it's the starter. I did order a new one, so we're going to start with that. And then we're going to see if we can get this truck running again and driving and take it on a short little test drive. So the starter I went with, I ordered off of Summit Racing. It is a Powermaster starter. These are made in the US. I went this route just because I had gone to some of my local parts stores and just really wasn't happy with their options. So this is what I went with instead. And really nice looking product here. I can tell a few small differences just by pulling it out of the box. This machining surface, or this lip here, extends out a lot farther than the one that was in the truck for the automatic, but as far as the gear, it looks very, very similar. A little bit of a different machining surface or clearance down here. This is supposed to fit and matches up with the flywheel that's on the truck. The tooth count, I believe, is 184. So we're going to get this put in the truck, put the battery in, and see if this engages correctly and disengages correctly, and go from there. So the starter is back in the truck. Took just 3 bolts. 2 of them I did have easy access to from underneath the truck or from the inner fender here. The top one is a little bit more difficult to reach. I did have to put together 2 extensions, or 2 longer extensions, and kind of fish them through up underneath the exhaust manifold, but starter is in. Hopefully this solves our cranking issue. Some of the reading that I did on the forums, of course, mentioned that you do need a different starter. Some said you didn't. But what I'm thinking is maybe just the starter, or on the starter, the Bendix might have failed or just engaged past the flywheel and was not coming back. So it could have been an issue with the Bendix. But battery's hooked up. Let's see if this will crank and continue cranking and then stop and crank again. So let's find out. Truck is in neutral. Success. So that cranked over pretty good. Next step, or next few things I did kind of want to do is change out the fuel pump, get the spark plugs all hooked back up. I am going to do an oil change on the truck. Of course, this has been sitting for a few years. So we're going to do oil change the fuel pump, put some gas in this thing, and hopefully it fires up and we can take it for a short test drive. All right, guys, so it's been a few days, and as you can tell, the engine does look a little bit different. I ordered this set of Mickey Thompson aluminum valve covers. I found them on eBay. I've always liked that look. By no means is this a performance engine yet, maybe a little bit down the road, but hopefully those will seal up a little bit better. I did decide to replace the belts, so we've got a new alternator belt and power steering belt. I'm in the middle of doing the oil change and dropping the power steering pump to get better access to the fuel pump, so we'll swap that out, get everything buttoned back up. A new belt for power steering as well, and everything else is buttoned back up. Got some gas in the tank, so hopefully we can prime the engine and get this thing fired up. So the fuel pump is back on the truck. Everything is hooked back up. Just putting some oil in. We'll prime the engine and see if she fires up. It's getting a little warm. It's approaching summer, so we get quite hot. So what I'm going to do right now is, if she fires up, I'm just going to let the truck warm up. We'll check first gear and see if she moves forward. We'll let the truck cool down, check the oil level, and once it cools down a little bit later today, we will take her for a drive. We've got fuel at the carburetor. Let's see if she fires up. So earlier I got the truck running, but I realized that I was missing a throttle return spring. So that kind of messed up how it was running. But we're going to check first gear, see if the truck moves forward, and then we will take her around the block. Hold on, I gotta move the blocks. What's up, man? First gear is good. So that concludes the first test drive. And let me tell you guys, after almost 2 years, definitely felt great to get this truck running and driving. The 4-speed felt great. I didn't really drive the truck too far. It's not registered. It is insured, just not registered to be on the road. So I just kind of went up and down my block. But everything felt great. First and second gear, really, really smooth. Did have a little bit of a fuel leak at the accelerator pump, so I just got to make sure to change that out before we really start driving it. But next on the truck is going to be putting a flatbed on. I do have some of the steel for that, so you guys will see that in an upcoming video. Do need to adjust the brakes a little bit. I believe there's some air in the lines that's causing this, I believe it's this driver's side rear to lock up if I press on the brakes a little bit too hard. So that also is another reason why I didn't want to drive the truck too far. But first test drive went really, really well. I'm glad it was just a starter issue, just replacing the starter. That is why the engine wasn't cranking over correctly versus having to pull everything back apart and figure out that the bolts were too long on the flywheel and causing an issue and coming in contact with the back of the block. So definitely a relief there. But